We rule forever.
Alright, here we go. This is it. This is the moment I first jumped in and locked eyes with Idolator Sol. I had one thought though, didn't like you probably all did. How is that tiny head keeping all that rage in? Big man, tiny noggin. Fire worshipping lunatic, maybe. I don't know. Bit of a mad scientist vibe going on. He's not just a boss fight. He's a walking volcano with a god complex and an oversized gym membership. Today we're taking one of the most brutal fights in Borderlands 4, Idolator Sol. And he's the herald of the order, so we need to make sure we get him and take him down quite early on. And let me tell you, this isn't a spray and pray job. Guns don't work, elements useless. You have to take out that armor first. You want to hurt him, you've got to fight fire with fire, quite literally with that bioweapon. Luckily the game has taught you at this point how to use that bioweapon. It's all about the phases now. He's got 3 health bars, and each health bar he kicks into a different phase. He adds a different attack to the fight. So you notice right away the gunfire's bouncing off of him. He's like spitballs in a tank, right? That fire hit, that bioweapon he's forged. Yeah, it's not just for show. It's using that himself, as you'd expect. It gives him that armor. So how do we beat him? So you notice as I've in the gameplay footage here, I am grabbing those bioweapons that come down. So he has an attack where he will fire projectiles into the air. You'll see those red lines coming down. You'll look for the green one, grab the bioweapon, spin around and throw it in his face. That's how to beat him. Simple, right? I'll be honest with you, this was my 3rd attempt at taking him on. You're seeing here the first 2 I died on the last health bar. This is on hard, I will caveat that, but that's the key. You lob it back at him, you hit the mark, it blasts off a chunk of his armour, it dissolves a chunk of his armour, and then and only then can you get some proper damage in. It's all about patience, this one. My first 2 fights I lost because I was being far too impatient. So you'll see he's coming into his end of his first phase or first health bar on the fight at the moment, and you'll notice I'm grabbing my ordnance and firing it into all the heavy weapons need to be used as soon as that armor comes off. I'm also spamming my heal because I want to keep myself at full health as best as I can. He's just there, unleash one of his attacks where he will basically fire a beam of energy or beam of the bioweapon at you and take you out. He'll there use that his abilities to suck the life out of the minions around the arena and get his armor back. There is a tactic to be had to take out the minions, but that also puts you in a precarious position. And here you go, one of his new signature moves. You know, this covering the absolute floor with the bioweapon and really giving you a hard time. But you've got to watch out for it because it lasts for a while. You're better off focusing on dodging that attack rather than trying to shoot him or trying to attack him when he's doing this. I made that fatal mistake a couple of times, trying to get as much damage in, realising this is all about patience. Now watch out for that rock throw he does there. He's going to be coming in with that rock throw at you, and you just need to wait for him to fire those basically grenades into the air, those explosive sticks. And once they've landed, now in the second health, you'll notice that it's the green bar doesn't actually appear until the second set of those grenades appear, and you'll see another attack there. He's unleashed where he's actually infected, almost creating an earthquake across part of the arena. So you've got to be really careful. So you've got you've got a couple of options with Sal. I'm playing as Amon here with my Forgeknight ice build, and I'm using a few augments and a few upgrades to add cryo attacks to most of my guns. I'm grabbing that grabbing that bioweapon and chucking it straight at him. I can't remember what the bioweapon's called in the game. I've been playing for 24 hours straight. I can't remember it much really, if I'm honest. But I wanted to get this video out there so everyone could see what it's all about. You know, you can watch him with a charge attack. He will get you. He will hit you. What you've got to do is plan for that. Make sure that you've got either a minion nearby, a gun ready to smack him with. But you'll notice every time his armor comes off, I'm just unleashing the ordnance and my highest fire rate weapons so that he's getting as much damage as possible. It's not as easy as it looks, especially when you've got, there's that beam attack, especially when you've got no health left for most of it. You'll see there my shield's down, and if he hits me with anything now, he's going to go wind up attack with that arm, so you've got to jump that, try double jumping and gliding over that. That usually works, and then he's going to go ahead and regenerate his armor. So we just need to make sure that we get everything working as it should be, and make sure that we keep going. As I say, it's just tactful really. If you keep it focused, you'll get it down. So if he downs you, and spoiler alert, he will down you. Example there on the screen. You'll need something to second wind off, so don't wipe the arena clean. Keep a couple of the mobs alive but tagged so you can drop them later. A bit like leaving snacks in the cupboard for future you. So making sure that the minions, no, their gunfire is annoying and it can get you if you're not careful, but as long as you've built up pretty decently. I'm level 18 here, I've got decent shield and decent health pool. You need to make sure it, but look, you get back to this AoE phase here, so this is this is his last health bar, and you'll see he's back into another one of these AoE phase, and you've got to get into the area that is not dark as soon as possible. It's not about hanging about in that area. You'll notice in this phase that the safe zones really do get smaller and smaller each phase, and the phase lasts quite a while as well. So you'll need to make sure that you're sticking to the safe zones as much as possible. I believe that he literally does one more after this, and it's a tiny slither almost halfway around the arena as well. Oh no, look, and there's another one even smaller going round that arena. There we go, and if you can survive that, he then will turn the walls of the arena into a bioweapon infused area, and that's why he'll smack you into those walls to damage you, as he's done there. So make sure you've got minions up and that you can take them out as quickly as possible. As soon as you're up, make sure you hit your health pack if you can, and get ready to grab the bioweapon as it comes down. And now you're in the last health bar. You'll notice that he's actually going to, he's going to take 3 lots of those grenades before a green one drops, so you need to make sure you're on that. But yeah, look out for those AoE attacks. Every part of the room turns into a living death field except for one safe zone, and you've got to get to it fast. There's no timer, the game doesn't give you a countdown. You either read the room or you die in it. Use your mobility skills, slide, dash, whatever you've got. Make sure you get there, but most of all, don't panic. Just commit to it. He is big, but he's also slow, so you'll make it more than likely. If you've done your job and hurled the bioweapon back to him enough times, Sol's armor will start showing cracks. Quite literally, you'll see it dissolves off his body in different areas, and then you've got to aim for those parts of the body. You can't aim for the armoured parts. You have to aim for the parts that are exposed. Look for that exposed skin. I made it quite easy for myself. I used my cryo infused guns to turn him blue. But you've got to unload your best gun on him. High fire rates, high damage. Don't worry about elements, they're not really going to help you. My cryo build was just a coincidence really. But don't get greedy. He'll start doing a lot more. You'll see this in this last section here. This felt like it took forever. This last just under probably a third of health took the longest, because all he ever did was he kept throwing those things down, and I kept missing my throws, So you'll see me grab this bioweapon. I managed to smack him because I went right up to him and smacked him with that one. But shortly after that, I end up having a couple of instances where he's absolutely trouncing me. You can see him stomping me, pushing me back into the walls that are now infected, smacking me with that shield. I go down again. Luckily, I managed to just about pick off this guy in the distance. It's quite far, and he's getting sucked on by Sol as well. Not in that way. Don't get excited. But yeah, it's crazy. There we go. He's going to go for it again. He's going to throw those grenades out, those explosive sticks, lances, I suppose they are. And then when I see the fusion, I'm sure I missed this one like a muppet. No, I don't. Must have been the next one's coming up. It feels like an eternity between the throws though. But it's just at this point in the fight, he's ignoring cooldowns. It's just one massive unrelenting chain of chaos. There's no more safety zones. The minion spawns do slow down a little bit, but they still keep spawning, luckily for him and I. You'll see that you get knocked again, you take it down. He's now down to a slither of health, probably about an eighth of health. And don't forget, through all of this, his head is still tiny. It is comically small target for you to hit, but it is a crit when you do get it. And if you can get the armour off, if you can land one, it melts what's left of his health pack, or his health bar. So just keep plugging away. It's really a tough fight, but I'm certain everyone will get it done, and there'll be tactics to smash it out as soon as possible. I really enjoyed it though. I think for a boss, he's got the right level of tactics and gameplay. He's not a bullet sponge. I really can't bear stand bullet sponge boss fights. Look, he's taking me down again. Look at this. This is what I mean. It's 2 minutes later, and he's still absolutely trouncing me. And I was concerned at this point that he's going to get a lucky hit off, and I was going to get absolutely roasted. But fortunately, keep spamming that health spray, because every time you are not max health, you've got a chance of getting one shot in this as well, in this fight. So just make sure that you're keeping yourself topped up. I had a vampiric health spray, which was quite useful, so after I used it I got to regenerate health. There we go. I managed to get him with that one, right in the stomach, but he knocks me again, you see. So even though I've got him, he's got me. So whilst I'm getting back up, he's sucking the life out of him, and it's wasting that opportunity. The boss fight should have been over probably a lot sooner than this. But I'm about to take him down, and once he goes down quickly. So look, if you've enjoyed this little review of the Borderlands boss fight for Idolator Sol, then please drop me a like, subscribe. So Idolator Sol, I always get that name mixed up. Yeah, drop me a like, drop me a subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm always posting new content every week, if not every day. Have a great one. My name's James. This is James Plays. Enjoy the rest of the boss fight.